Good morning, traders. My name is Sitlengema from QuickTrade. We are going to be doing our technical analysis session via the webinar once more. Good afternoon. Please indicate if you can hear me. Hello, guys. Please indicate if you can hear me. Please shoot me a message. The the message field is at the bottom of your screen when you are looking at your chat tool. Is at the bottom of your screen. See that there's Garabo, there's Tapiwa, there's Klo, and there's Nombula. Radio silence. Oh, okay. Hi, Tapiwa. Okay, so you guys can hear me. Yes, now I'm comfortable. You can hear me. Let me get my chart up here. Okay, guys, let me see. All the names that I have here, I think I've seen before. I've seen Nomvula, I've seen Karabo, I've seen Tapiwa, Klo, no, yeah. Okay, guys, okay, where are your issues when it comes to technical analysis? Please tell me. If you have stocks that you want us to look at, let's have a look at them. Or trade ideas, we'll have a look at them and discuss them and see maybe where the issues lie, if there are any issues. Otherwise, we're just going to go through and do some analysis and check what's going on in the market. Anyone that would like to shoot first? What have you guys been doing in your own spare time that gave you maybe some issues that you want me to have a look at? Okay, Tapiwa, I see. But what is your bias on SPK and SPK and PIK? What do you think is happening there? What's your view, Baba? Tapiwa, what's your view, Baba? I'll have a look at them, but I need to understand what you think is going on here. Because at some point you guys should be able to do your own analysis without a lot of work. Sorry, without a lot of assistance from my side. I can only like assist and guide you guys. Okay, let's see. PIK seems to be stagnant between 77 and 78. I'm thinking of going short. Tapiwa, that's not really a bad idea to go short on PIK between 77 and 78. Even though I do not agree with it completely. Sure. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, it's been it's been trading between 78 and 77 the whole time. Well, on 78, 77, but I don't think that this is a sell yet. I think you need to first get a sell signal before you can go in and take a shot on this one. There is a possible double top formation. You must understand that. I'm not saying that. I mean, it's a very bad idea to go in and sell, but for now, I think you should wait for the confirmation. I mean, trading in a disciplined way pays a lot of money. So if you just go in each time you see a signal without any confirmation, that will actually cost you a lot of money. You don't want that. You don't want that. Okay. We have some overhead resistance there at the top around 78.63, and over the past couple of days the price has been going up there, and each time it attempts to get to that area, sellers come in and push the price lower. So I understand exactly what you are saying there, Tapiwa, that you attempted to go short now. But I think the best thing to do is to wait for the confirmation first before you do that. Because it's possible that maybe over the next couple of days we could see maybe the market pushing higher, and if that happens, your price could actually your shorting price. Okay, let me check. Where would I want to short this one? Let me check. We have that resistance there at the top at 80 bucks. That range, tiny range there, and we have this point here. Personally, I would want to short PIK between 80 and 83. Anything between 80 and 83, I think is shortable in my view on PIK. I wouldn't want to go in and short it now, because I mean, even if you do short it now, what's your target? Maybe your target is this support area that we have here at 74. After 74 bucks, we could see this maybe playing sideways, going back to 80. So I don't think that yeah, the time is right to go in and short Pick and Pay at the moment. I think we should just give it a bit of a break at some point. Yeah, we'll go in and do it. Tapiwa, that's my take on PIK. Now I'm going to do SBK. Standard Bank is in an uptrend. Let's start maybe by looking at the monthly chart. The monthly chart looks positive. The monthly chart looks positive. We are trading above our moving average, and this market has been going up since 2016. I mean, Standard Bank has been going up since 2016. The first signal we got to go in and take a long was in June 2016, and to date is still doing very, very, very well. So for that reason, I think this is just a normal pullback in a normal market. There's nothing to complain about here. Well, on the daily, we had a double top there. The market went up, hit the double top, came down, closed below that double top there, and it started sliding. Today, we are down. Let's check how much. We are down more than 5%. To me, it looks like the price may still come down to like 208, 209. If it goes a little bit lower, maybe even 205. But I think we are going to go to 209, 208 there. 209, 208. That's where we're going. And then from there, we should actually break down to maybe 205. But overall, the trend is looking good. I would be happy to keep my longs here. I wouldn't really panic out and sell. Tapiwa, are you happy with that? Is there anything else that you were looking at or that you picked up while you were doing your own analysis that you want me to check out? Uh, Tapiwa, are you there? Okay, I see your comment that you made earlier that SBAK is actually this guy's not there. That SBK is actually a buy on a pullback. I agree with that, but you must be very careful in doing so. I think the value range here is 205, 210. Anywhere between 205 and 210, I think you can get good value for your money if you decide to buy Standard Bank 205, 210. I think there is a good area. Karabo, Klo, Nomvula, are you guys there? Okay, Karabo and Klo, okay, they're there. Who hasn't responded? Nomvula. I don't know what's going on with Nomvula. You can let me check where Nomvula is. Hey, Nomvula, I don't know what the issue is there, but I can see that you are very far. Yeah, I think you're out in, well, in fact, it's even, I don't know whether it's borderline between Limpopo and Botswana. You are not too far from Mkopane there. I see that. Maybe your connection is very poor. I don't know what the issue is there. Maybe your connection is not very good. Okay, Karabo and Klo, guys, you have been attending these webinars. What are your issues? What are the stocks that you're looking at? What is it that you want us to work on? I need you guys to give me stuff to look at. I will look at that, but you need to give it to me. Excuse me. Okay, let me see. Garabo Buyoshi is saying I was on Euro USD a few minutes ago until. Okay, Garabo, we'll have a look at the euro dollar. Okay, Tapiwa, I said Standard Bank is I think it's going through a bit of a pullback right now, and I think the buy zone, in my view, is around 205 210. Around 205 210, yeah, maybe you can look to start nibbling on there, taking maybe some small positions and easing into that position, and eventually, I mean, having a sizable portion if you're looking for like a big portion. PIK, I said PIK 7877 really is not a great sell zone. I would look to sell PIK above 80. If I can get 80, 83 on PIK, I would definitely go in and take a shot on PIK. But at the moment, no, I would never go into this market and take a shot on a stock like KPIK. So that was my take on both stocks. Okay, now I have CFR. Chloe asked me to have a look at CFR. The key levels that I have on CFR are those four lines that I've just drawn there. You see, I've just drawn these lines, and CFR has been under a lot of pressure, but I mean, it came down below its moving average here, came down to its support around 104. From around 104, it found support in the form of a well, I mean, it found support from a monthly technical chart, and right now it's picked up very nicely. And if we get a close above 115.26, then it means that the move that we're seeing on HR is going to be sustainable. Maybe we could even go back to the previous highs. Those previous highs are 130. Those previous highs are 180. Around 180, I think that's where people can actually look to maybe take shots if there are any shots on CFR, you know. Otherwise, right now I think CFR is still looking good. The next area of resistance in my view is, let me check. The next area of resistance in my view is 120. I think 120 could give us some issues. If it closes above 120, then we may see the price going up towards that 130. So at the moment, I think CFR is really doing very well, very well, very well, very well in a difficult market. Uh, it's doing very well. Yeah, so I think that CFR is still looking good. It's still trading above our moving average on a daily time frame. It hasn't actually broken below that. So for that reason, I think it's good. I think it's good. Guys, the strike is tomorrow. What's wrong with your internet connection? It seems more like everyone has an issue with the internet connection. But yeah, CFR is still a good one, more especially if you get it around what 115 and making sure that it stays above the 10 simple moving average. It's still a good one. It could go to 120 or 119. From 119, it goes back up to 15. Those are the levels I'm looking at on stock like CFR. Okay. Okay. I don't know if you are happy with that. Oh, okay, Joe, that's fine. If you are happy with what you had, then it's fine. Let's move on to the Euro USD. Euro USD, guys, Euro USD. Okay. This is our monthly chart. The monthly chart is still saying positive on the euro, but let's check what support and resistance levels are saying. Are they in agreement with our moving average that's saying that we should still be on the long side? Okay. Okay, let's check. You know, guys, well, we have a tricky picture here on the euro US dollar. If you look at that blue dotted line that I've just drawn there, it looks like we hit that support area that we have there at the bottom where it's currently at, and the price is slowly trying to make its way up around that area. Whether that is sustainable or not, right now I have no idea. I don't know what is going on, and what I know is that we are still trading below the moving average, and the stock has been under a lot of pressure. Like recently, the US guys are threatening to, push up their interest rates. So Some people are going to get hurt here against the US dollar. Okay, this is what I want us to look at. I want us to look at the weekly chart. I want us to check the weekly chart. Okay. Okay. Weekly chart, we broke below this rising trend line. Well, I mean, this trend line started in April 2017. It started in April 2017, and it looks like it's breaking out. I mean, in April of 2018. It's not, well, I mean, it's confirmed. We broke down below. What we need to get now, we need to get the confirmation. The confirmation can only come in the form of a follow through. So we are expecting maybe that this week maybe we end to zero balance, or to not to too much money that we made in the market. It looks like the market's going to come down to 120 or 1.2 on the euro US dollar. So I wouldn't really look for all the longs there. I understand that there is massive support on the on the on the daily, but there's something that I want you guys to check here. Please check what happened here. This was back in in May, in Feb 2018, and the market on a weekly closing basis, it respected this area here. Let me show you that area. It respected this area here. It respected that thick blue line there. Every time the price tried to come below the thick blue line, buyers came in and bought, came in and bought, came in and bought, but came in and bought. But last week, buyers did not do that. They left it to break below that support area that we've had since the beginning of the year. They left it. It's below the support that we've had since the beginning of the year. So currently we are on this support. So before we get to maybe 1.2, I think we're going to see so there for a bit, but eventually we should actually come down to 1.2. We should come down to 1.2. From 1.2, that's when we need to review and see what the price does, whether the price is going to come down a bit more towards 1,900, 2,000 to 1.199. I don't know. It could actually come down to 1.19. Let's check the daily. Daily, same picture. The rising trend line, that looks like it has been broken, but we must be very careful what that dotted line is. What that dotted line is. Around that dotted line, we could see maybe the market refusing to come down. But I mean, even if it does go higher, I do not see this market going beyond that thick blue bar that I have there. I think around there is going to come down and come back down like a lot more. That's the euro against the US dollar. So the euro right now, I wouldn't buy it. I won't go in and buy the euro. I would wait maybe on the sidelines, see what the market does. If I get like a proper close below this dotted line on an hourly chart, then I can go in and take a short. You see, okay, when was this? This was the 23. Yesterday it failed to close above this line. It was above the whole time, and A7. The market failed to hold above. It went below and it started moving up now. So no, this thing is still a short to me. I'm sorry. I'm seeing a short. I understand we are trading around that support area there. We've bounced off that area each time we went there, but now I think things have changed. I think the market is going to have a problem. So I think the market is going to have a problem there. Karabo, I see that you are busy typing a message there. It's fine. You can type your message. I'll wait for you. Karabo, I'm waiting for you to finish typing. Okay, I'm glad you looked at that. But I mean, guys, it's important that you look at your monthly charts first before you do anything. Do not just assume that the daily or the weekly is going to give you everything. Please make sure that you confirm with your monthly. If your monthly is giving you a funny picture, then from there you should be able to tell whether the market is likely to go up or not. Yeah, sometimes you need to analyze more and you need to keep it very basic when doing those analysis. Otherwise, you're going to end up confusing yourself a lot there, Karabo. But I mean, it's very important that you do those analysis. It seems like a lot of people have different have a lot of issues with the internet connection. Because I mean now it's only Karabo and Nomvula. Everyone else is just not there anymore. I don't know what's going on. Okay, let us look at after this. If you guys don't have anything else to ask me to have a look at, I'll give you maybe a couple of stocks and maybe a couple of pairs. We're gonna have a look at the NZD USD. We sent that out this morning. I think we have been stopped out of it because I mean our stop loss there was actually very tight. I suspect we are out of it now. This is your monthly chart. This is how it looks with its lines there. You see, every time the price tries to go up to those high levels, people come in and sell the stock. So now we're looking at taking a shot on this one, hoping that the price maybe is going to come down to that dotted line there, the lower dotted line, 0.70597 or 0.705, okay, 0.706. But the market did not do that. It decided to turn around and well, I mean, it decided to go up a bit before proceeding lower. I believe that this market is still gonna go lower. The last day of or the last trading day this month is next week Monday. So we'll see how this market closes on Monday. Let's check the weekly quickly. Okay, the weekly time frame, we closed below this dotted line here. That dotted line is was our support. Now it's turned into resistance. So we think that the price is going to decline from there down to this 0.76, 0.706. 0.706. We think that this is where the price is going, and another layer of support that we have is around 0.69845. I think it's going to come down here also, and this area 0.6688, and the next one is 0.67851. That's the next one, 0.67851. Before maybe we can see maybe the New Zealand dollar starting to pick up over the next maybe couple of months. I think the New Zealand dollar is going to be under a bit of pressure from the US dollar. That's what I think is going to happen here, guys. I think that there's an opportunity. I mean, those that had attended our session, I think it was around the 3rd or the 4th, beginning of this month, we said that we were expecting the price of the New Zealand US dollar to break down, come down to we were looking at this area initially, and we've just gone beyond that area. Now we are lower. That is why we're thinking that now it makes sense to go in and take a shot, because I mean all the levels that we're looking at as support did not assist. So now we think that the market is going to go down even more on the New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Okay, let's look at the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is called the US 500. Let us have a look at it. Okay, still downloading. The reason why I'm looking at the US 500, I want to look at how healthy our market is, because I mean, if the US market is looking strong, there's a good chance that we're also going to have a strong market here back at home. So it's important that we keep an eye on it all the time to understand what is going on. Okay, let me show you the levels on the daily. The levels that I'm marking on this one, I think this one is actually key on on the S&P at the moment. That close is 2,660. So I expect to see the price reversing around 2,660. If that, well, I mean, it should actually reverse based on the current picture that we see here. But I mean, if it fails, like we always fail when analyzing the market sometimes, maybe we can look to get the market bouncing around 2,650. That's the level I'm looking at, and the overhead resistance that we have right now is here at this point. This is our overhead resistance. That overhead resistance is around 2,688 on the S&P. 2,688, 2,690. That's where I expect to see a little bit of sell off in this market. Well, not really sell off, because I mean, if it stays above there, there's a good chance that maybe we're going to have a bit of a rally. So today we are flirting with those levels there at the top, and the US futures are up 0.44%. So we are looking at that number 2,688, 2,690. We want to know what happens when the US market opens. Is it going to move higher? Is it going to drop? But I mean, the 2,660 so far has held up very nicely. It contained the price here when the price was falling. The price was coming down here. That area, 2,760, I mean, held on to the gains. or prevented the losses from getting too massive. And here again on the 23rd, that area assisted. So let us see what happens going forward. Let's check if that 2,690, 2,688 is not going to help us here on this index. Now let's look at our our top 40, our top 40 index, the top 40 CFD. Okay, here I'm connecting these 2 points, this one, that one, and on this line here I'm connecting this one only. Well, for now, I have these three horizontal lines that I've just drawn. When the market was dropping, it dropped back down to this support at the bottom here around 47,000. Around 47,000, it caught a beat and the price started moving up. It had gone through this support here around 48,000 and 48,700. So now I think it's shot up very nicely. We just need to monitor how it progresses going forward, whether we are going to get any meaningful rally after this bounce that we've seen here. Let me check the weekly. On the daily, okay, daily time frame, it looks like we are supported around 51,200. 51,200, we have good support there. Okay, let me see. 51,200, 80 basis points. Okay, 51,200, we are supported. The next area of resistance that I think could give us some issues is around 52,000. 52,300. I think 52,300. Let me get this one nicely. Okay. It's exactly where we are, man. It's exactly where we are. Exactly where we are. Okay. Okay, it's 52,463, 52,500 there. I think that's where our next resistance is. But this market looks like it could still push up towards that level that I've just mentioned, 52,400, 52,500. If we manage to do that around that area, maybe that's where we can expect to see maybe some sellers to come back into the market and start maybe pushing the market down. So when you see our all share index maybe trading around 52,500, that's when you should be very careful about the local equities. Maybe around that time, the stocks that aren't really that strong right now, that could take a bit of a hiding, maybe dropping from that 52,500 coming back down to maybe 48,000 again or 49,000. I don't know what the catalyst is going to be there, but I mean, technically, it looks like the level of 55,500 is very strong, and any reversal from there could actually take us back down to well, I mean 49,000, we 49, 48,000. We have a couple of levels that we are looking at. One of them is 51,244. Those levels are very important. Those levels are very important on the or on the JSE top 40 or the OMI. Those are the levels I'm looking at that I think the market is likely to respect. Okay, let me see. Is there a lot happening on ShopRite? Let me check. We looked at ShopRite yesterday. I don't know if it's still looking good. Let me check. It's HP. Do I have HP here? No, I don't have. Okay, let me have a look on SHP. Because guys, this is another thing that you must do. You cannot just go in and try to short maybe one food retailer and leave the rest of them. Have a look at how the other retailers are looking, because I mean they're in the same industry. You must check which I mean if they are all showing some cracks. If they're all showing some cracks, then it makes good sense for you to go in and take a shot. But I mean, if all the other stocks around this, your specific stock that you think you like, that you think is going to rise or decline, I mean, it's the only one that is coming down and everything else is shooting up. You must think twice. You must be very careful and really think very hard before taking that decision, because I mean you can't just have one stock dropping I mean in one particular industry and everyone else going up, unless if there is something really fundamentally wrong about the business. Right now, Pick and Pay is a very good stock. There is nothing wrong with it. It's a very sound business fundamentally. So you must be very careful when making such calls. Okay, now let's have a look at our ShopRite. We actually had a look at ShopRite yesterday. Okay. Okay. Well, I think where I've just drawn that blue dotted line on ShopRite, I think we have I mean, some head and shoulders pattern they're forming. It's not really done yet, but I think it looks like one. I'm looking at this area here as your left shoulder. I'm looking at this as your head, and I'm looking at this area here that's still forming as your right shoulder. After this right shoulder, it's possible that maybe we could actually, I mean, see Shoprite dropping a little bit over the next couple of weeks. Let us check. Oh, this is a tough one. Yeah, well, I think we could see the stock coming down maybe back to 36. If 36, 37 area fails to hold, I think that we may even see Shoprite coming back down to 30 to 25 levels. We mentioned these levels a couple of weeks ago about Shoprite, saying that Shoprite is has been looking good, but I mean over the past couple of weeks, March it underperformed a bit, and currently it's also looking like it's pulling back towards that 236, 237 area. If that area fails, there's a good chance we could see 225, 230. So we must just keep an eye out for that area. I think that what is likely to happen here on Shoprite, which really supports your case there, maybe Tapua, that at some point one maybe needs to look at shorting PIK, but PIK cannot be I think sold at the moment. We need to, I think, maybe get PIK trading above 80 bucks, around maybe 80, 83, around that zone. If you see maybe the price coming back, trading below your trend lines or your moving average, sorry, your resistance lines there at the top. Yeah, maybe you can actually go in as soon as you see the price dropping and closing below. O- Okay, guys. I thought maybe we should just have a look at those. Is there anything else that you want me to look at? Garabo, Tapiwa. Okay, it's fine. We'll have a look at the USD JPY, guys. It's not an issue. We'll have a look at that one. But the rand is the sorry, the US dollar is very strong right now. Chances are the US dollar is a buy here and the euro is a sell. Okay. I'm supposed to be drawing another line here. I'm supposed to be drawing another line. Don't want to have too many lines. Okay, fine. Right. I'll draw this one, but I will mark it as a dotted line. Okay, there's a whole lot going on here. I'm not going to mark these. I'm not going to mark these. I'm supposed to be marking them, the turning points there. Okay, the reason why this market turned around here, we hit support around 105.480. We hit support around that area and the price started moving up. So we are now heading up towards that resistance around 109.79, 109.7965. There at the top, our next area of resistance. So we'll see what the price does going forward. I think there's still some room for the price of for the US dollar to climb against the USD JPY in the short term. We need to check what it does when it gets to that level. If we get there and the price closes above it, then the next area of resistance that we're going to face is around 114. 114. That should be our next level. That should be our next target on the USD JPY. Okay, let us do the daily again. Let's go back there. This actually looks very interesting for someone who wants to invest. Oh, no, invest. Yeah, maybe invest. Yeah. Maybe invest in the US dollar over the next couple of months because I mean the US dollar looks like it's really going to kick ass if they continue growing their economy the way they are and eventually hiking interest rates because I mean the yields in the States have been rising recently, so that is actually very good for the US dollar. So I'm looking at that area 109. 109.79 as our next area of resistance. If we break above that area, we are going up to 114 against the Japanese yen. So I think that is what is going on here on the US dollar Japanese yen. I think if I were to take a position, I would take a long position against the Japanese yen. Let me check. There's that minor support resistance that we had there. We closed above that yesterday, and the price is continuing to move a little bit higher. So if we get that, if we get another follow through again today, there's a good chance we're going to get to that 109 800 or 109.79 very soon. 109.79, 109 800 on this one very soon. Yeah, Karabo, that's what I think is happening there, big guy. I think the USD JPY is doing very well. We should actually get to that overhead resistance maybe over the next couple of days. That's if, because I mean, there's still data coming out of the States. If that data continues to improve, there's a good chance that we're actually going to have the US dollar rising there on the back of the good numbers from their economy. Yeah, man. Simplicity is the best thing. It always trumps complexity, my man. I think I used to use a lot of indicators. I used MACD. I used all these other indicators. But at some point, I realized that they are not really that important. Yes, they can confirm your bias, but I mean, you cannot use them to make decisions. Do not use indicators to make decisions. You must just use your plain charts to make a decision. And maybe one or two moving averages, if you like. I prefer just having one, looking at my trend lines, looking at my support, resistance, and that's it. It does all the work for me. Uh, Karabo, thank you so much. You must update me if you have any trade ideas that you have, or any analysis that you've done. I don't know if you've sent me anything before, or in the past. I don't know if you've sent me anything, but I mean, if you have, please remind me. I'll have a look and check if your level of understanding has improved or not. Because I mean, I need you guys to be able to argue objectively when it comes to trade ideas that get sent your way. So you have to say that I don't agree with this one based on A, B, C, and D. Make like valid points that really make your argument stand out. That make your argument stand out. But I mean, if there's anything, like I said, you're welcome to shoot it my way. Thank you very much, Karabo. It was a really great pleasure dealing with you guys today. You were interactive. You had some great input. Thank you very much. Have a great afternoon.